well. Copping a little bit of spill damage from that and cancelling off his bottle charge. So Denny has 80 life, sitting back behind this tier 1 tower, and he can't come any closer. All he can do is leech experience from this mid lane.
Oh, top lane, Miracle's actually going to be dropping pretty low here. In fact, they get the kill. They just run at him straight up and manage to pick off the Necrophos. He didn't.
Miracle. The duel breath keeping funny back, and now the duel is up. Fly will end up dying here, and the winner does go to the Legion Commander as they go for more. The tether after it, and well, there's no more heal to come out from Snako. It's just going to be this tether and more supports rotating in from Monkey. It's a concoction stun, and on the Legion Commander, just after he did the press the attack. But they just keep fighting. They've got so much extra damage at the moment. But underneath the tier 2 tower, just on the edge of the acid spray, finding himself dead. The Doom is back off cooldown again for Doom. So they chased after Funnick, but it's no tell with a double concoction stun. Now they go into the Doom over on Io. They want to ensure these kills if possible. And PSM is just hanging in the tree line next to that tower. I think Chris actually worked this one out. He's walking over and like, yep, there's the captain of Na'Vi, and he'll die.
But now with the, like, when he buys back like that, and then the Alchemist reinitiates with his incredibly powerful nuke. This is the power of the Alchemist, by the way. I keep on saying, Alchemists don't need to run so farm heavy. They can just as easily be incredibly strong tankers because Solar Crest is as strong as ever. Oh. Nice pick off on Miracle.
Yeah, another duel to come in.
All the team fight power, and they take, they just push down a whole bunch of towers and actually gain a net worth lead over Monkey Business despite the farm efficiency of the Alchemist because of that. But they may not reach that point just because they chose to go for this slightly more efficient build with the mech being stalled up.
It's a long way up. The Ice Heart's going to connect there with a concoction. Press the attack will break him free as the Lich ulti does not bounce. But look at Mumianda. He walks over. He realized the attack's going to come, but the Doom put on the cooldown for now. And Mumianda is well deep behind the lines, but it's the Aegis Immortal. He's actually hoping he gets attacked here. He's losing so much damage, however, to Avort, but Notal will finish the job with a concoction. Miracle being dueled up, but he'll survive through it all too. And now Funnick is way too deep. Lumiere still hasn't broken the Aegis until now. The Ice Path will catch out too. Chris being on the money with this, and they just don't know where to fight. Like, what do you steal? You steal Ice Path for PSM, but Notal again with that blink, jumping in with the unstable concoction, following up with the razors. They'll back up, but the Death Pulse are bringing them back up again. Chris can be careful to take the aggro of this tower. The Ice Path's going to keep Mumianda in too close, and they will be losing this Doom. Scorch's coming now off cooldown. No, he is not going to survive through this.
The miss up tilt
lead as well.
It's Solar Crest and all the miss up tilt. They still managed to pick up the Jakiro at the very least. As Dendy comes forward, what a great Ice Path.
Man, it might be great for him, but that side is going to drop on Dendy's head. Notal was able to take out the whip through the back lines, and PSM forced to run himself away. The acid spray will come down. PSM, get out of the acid spray! He actually stuck around inside of it. He knew he couldn't run himself out of it, so he ended up just staying and accepting his fate.
That has to be one of the most awkward team fights enough, and that the Necrophos is far enough behind that they need Alchemist to be the other carry, the 2 position behind the Doom.
Unless Necro is going to go for something else. Jump in, there's your duel again. Funnick's already got 68 stolen damage, and now they're going to bring down more at 82 points of damage, and into Miracle. A double kill arriving for Funnick. This Legion just hit so hard.
Yeah.
Like over 220 damage per attack. So here is like Lich. So Rubik is buffing up everyone else on Na'Vi.
Yeah, the DD helped out with on Dendy as well. And Na'Vi are playing this, I think, very smartly. They gave up a little bit too much control early, but they sort of waited out their BKBs, and once they did have their BKBs, they're pressuring really well. I mean, the smoke ink that started all of this for them to be able to take up Roshan was brilliant, and now maybe they can end this game in the next 10 minutes, just taking one lane of Rax, falling back on another Roshan, going another lane of Rax.
That's why they want to end it now.
Yeah,
they're keeping him out, and there's a concoction over on Dendy, but first the attack comes back off cooldown. They just keep pumping up Dendy a little bit more. Snako trying to keep that tether up. The S-Spray's not making it easy, but they get through the tier 3 tower, and now attacking into that melee Rax. And where do you really go from here? Mumianda wants to doom up Dendy, but he's going to have to BKB in order to do it. And the level death, okay, that helps. A lot of burst damage, and they glimmer cage anyway, but the Ice Path will kick. He comes running, starts up the duel, but Mumianda just so strong. The Lich only coming into this fight, and with the duel breath as well, where's that side? It's going to be enough. up. The Legion is down for 90 seconds. The Yule step the rover onto the Razor, allowing the Ice Path to connect onto the Razor too. And Flighty too close. The Plasma Fuel will get the kill for Avorst. The Doom is still up. And Avorst, holy. Okay, that is 2 multipliers on the level death. Miracles on the back of PSM. And this is the fight the Monkeys were searching for. When Na'Vi just pushes a little bit too far. And now they lose 3 heroes in quick concession.
Maybe he thought he just wasn't going to escape anyway, but he had that Glimmer Cape for a little while. Or maybe he wanted to bait out the unstable Sean Pit and take it, but or force the 4 versus 5.
Like, in a way, you could use Relocate to go up there and clean up the wave, but you kind of want to have that defensive Relocate during the fight, so you get a second life onto somebody else. And now they push up, Moon Meander, they go for PSM, the Observer is on the hillside, and Zaneko trying to keep PSM alive, he's able to do so, the duel is over on Doom, and what can he do? Arthur actually lives through this one, trying to go for the Doom, but he can't get off in time, there's 2 down, the Pyrex are coming in, and the Necro is down on the sideline, they can fall off into crit, so much damage comes in, they're going to turn the ulti on, but now Moon Meander comes in with a Relocate, takes Andy all the way back home. All the way to base, you just 2 buybacks from the Doom as well as the Necro. You might lose the Wisp, but it's worth it.
Yeah, Saneko. Sorry, buddy. There's no surviving here. Now, what Monkey Business will probably do is try and go Roshan here anyway. You don't have a Roshan advantage, so if you go into there and whoops, they've taken Roshan, they just picked up the Aegis and Cheese. You just lost a fight before, now you're fighting into an Aegis and Cheese. There's no way.
Real trouble, blink up, there's your duel. Standing on him, the Relocate's coming in too, looking for the AoE stun. Not gonna help, Miracle is gonna survive long enough, however. There comes the Grief, and they just run themselves in that side, just knock me up damage to kill off Funnick. And Denny splits in the middle of the fight, turns on that Requiem himself, forcing Monkeys back, but the Wisp is down. Moomian is going to join him in a moment. So 1 for either side from the sideline. And Monkeys has to really fall back and just hold the line.
The call, it's tough to say whether an Aghanim Scepter would make the difference here, but you saw the power of the Ethereal Blade. It kept the Necrophos alive, which was so important. They made an inefficient trade, but at least they kept it from being a total pick-off.
You'll set her up by crit. PSM came in very, very close. Got another Ice Path coming back off cooldown now. Hits Fly, hits Miracles. They crisscross the Ice Path. And then he try and bring down this range. Rice getting stunned out quite heavily. A Miracle, he's 8 seconds off the side. They burn through the Aegis, the Immortal. The Wisp already took out the Cheese, so they don't have that bonus from Roshan anymore. And Chris just trying to keep Dendi back. The Liquid Fire having no real effect. No-Tail jumping out for the sun as he hits PSM. But it's all about holding the high ground while the Doom as well as the Lich is down. And there's that assault back. They actually pass the Cheese onto the Razor, so they still have this on her boss.
They'll commit for the melee racks. Monkey Business.
Don't think they can There's your duel, it's over on Miracle, the E-Blade stopping Funnick once again, but the Ice Path is there. The follow-up Ice Path Miracle, he's able to at least get the pulse off, but it's not enough to stay alive. The dual press doing his work on the Funnick, but with Saneko tethered up, and Avorst just doesn't care. He's so tanky anyway. They're able to bring down this mid-ranking Na'Vi with a huge advantage. No concoction available, but the Acid Break comes off cooldown. Funnick just trying to run himself out. They're successful at doing so. And No-Tail again goes to the E-Blade. Press the attack, breaks Dendi free, and Avorst doomed up. Moon Meander trying to ensure the kill here. They should be able to. Avorst will tick out from this. 34, and yep, there he goes. He'll pop. PSM trying to juke it around the tree lines. The Ice Path is down, and there he is. Called out. No-Tail's able to find that kill. And Monkeys, they losing in with a Shadow Blade, so he's trying to jump in behind. Moon Meander is exposing himself, but it's to jump out. They managed to catch out the Wisp, but they go into a double Ice Path, and with the Lich holding, they'll bounce up. Actually, no, it won't. Denny will trigger his BKB. There's only Saneko to drop. But No-Tail wants more. Concoction's still on cooldown for the moment. With a blink forward into the Ice Path, actually catching PSM as well. Denny being Glimmer caped up, but he can't run himself out this one. What do you see? It's only level 10, and Denny, the Flash is able to connect. 2 minutes on the sideline, where you do not have your SF being Necro down like that. And he actually got the Ags buff up just as that fight was beginning.
I was about to say, did they want to get Moon inside of that smoke? Because it felt more like, to me, Monkey Business wanted to bait out Moon. And maybe say, like, hey, Legion Commander,
they pinged like they lost Moon.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the reason why
maybe it was just, yeah, maybe it was just happy circumstance. Because then Legion Commander was like, oh, maybe I can go for this, but that smoke egg turned out way better. And again, it's the Ice Pass. Yep. The Ice Pass on both sides have been amazing. The fact that they caught Dendi there with the Ice Pass is what allowed them to be able to keep him in range for the kill.
Well, that's nice for PSM. He's still Acid Spray, making this push just a little bit harder, but it makes it so easy when Dendi is 100% dead for that long. It's another 66 seconds until Dendi will be back up into the world of the living.
Yeah, it's one pickoff. This is the thing about the Aghanim Scepter on Necrophos. One pickoff can end the game.
And they've got another one. It's PSM. The Ice Path connects, and PSM is down so quickly. They can go for more. For Duel, Nortel so low. The winner will be Funnick once again, but the side drops him down. Now over 2 minutes without the Legion Commander. It's gone from bad to worse. Monkeys just buy back. They bring in Nortel with the BTs. They can take 3 sets of practice here if they want to. While the Legion is gone, you've basically removed 300 damage a hit, as well as the control of Duel.
The Monkey Business are going all in. I mean, they bought back on No Tail, knowing that they've just, you get the one pick off and you just keep funneling it. Again, the downtime. There is no real downtime. Like, he's going to have Reaper Scythe up in 20 seconds at about the same time that the SF is coming back up, and he still has the Leech Commander down.
Yep, and they still have Doom. But the ulti is still waiting there from the end. They go to the Ice Pump. They're just done a divorce. They actually try and return it with the Lotus Orb, which is down for Seneko, but at the end of the day, the Razor will pop. Now he'll have to fight back. Dendi is alive, and Monkey's might decide just to back it out this one. They've still got their BKBs and Doom available. The Ice Path to fly out again. This time it won't actually connect over on a vault. And Dendi triggers the BKB. Mumian just wants to get out of here. They have that spray back off cooldown, and Navi chasing him a very, very long way. Mumianda, he's got the space now. They break the static lead, only 63 points of damage stolen. The E-Blade and Yule set the rock. The vault's being dual pressed up. Snako, he's got his carries back. They Lotus Orbit up again, and that's why they're trying to wait a little bit longer on that Doom. But Miracle, pick him up and throw him back down again. They do get through the Necro. He will buy back, but the Lich ulti coming into the fight. Both PSM and the Force have to split themselves up. The Concoction will connect to PSM.
The change of the cooldown, where you could just boom, boom, boom.
Oh, they're running in. The smoke's going to break on Monkey's Dendi. Well, they BKB. Funnick's going to jump in. Start the duel over on Crit. Jakiro, he bladed up and Funnick. Okay, they can finish the job with the SF Razors kicking in. The Ice Path from PSM catching up Mumianda. They'll pick him up and toss him back down again. They need to keep this Doombringer alive. The score shot's going to help with that. And the Lich ulti, well, it doesn't keep the bounce going. Another Ice Path from PSM, making it difficult for Monkeys to chase in the supports in the tree line. Running himself out of here. Nerf to the front line, setting one. Dendi's down! 2 minutes on the sideline, and they can keep on going. Blink and Concoction coming off cooldown now, but Nortel, of course, will not be able to survive through this one. They'll get the stun, Miracle's behind him, and there it is, a double kill. The exact situation you're talking about, Cap. You kill off the Razor, and you sight another hero. It is the SF, and it's the Razor. This is practically over.
Yeah, a minute and a half to take one lane of Brax. That should be so easy for Monkey Business. It's child's play.
You don't even take care of the top lane, you take
the Monkey Business. They're just too big. I do have to say, Navi impressed me with the way I thought this game was over by like 20 minutes, where I was thinking, okay, even when they hit their peak, when they have all the BKBs, I don't think they'll be strong enough to end this game, and Monkey Business will eventually come back.
Wow, Funnick, he's just going ham. He's after Nortel at the moment. The Ice Path is down. Funnick is on the sidelines. She's trying to return it with Lotus, but no joy. And GG, well played. Monkeys will take game number 1 here against Navi.
Middle tower has fallen.
And this, yeah.